Okay. Is it all right? So we are going live with episode 2 of Unearthing of the Truth. And today's topic is, are you your sister's keeper? We have Black Nkosi on the phone with us, and we also have Lex Lou. So guys, go ahead.
Peace, and love.
Today's topic is about sisterly love, really. I made a comment about why should our black kings can sit together, we can love one another. But the queens lack the understanding, can I say, of loving each other. They hate the fact. They rather say, I'd rather be around a dude than be around my own woman. And that's today's topic. I was trying to understand that today. I got a lot of backlash about it. And we're on today. So, ladies, can y'all explain this to me?
Okay. Well, I could start with my personal, like, where it came from. I'm going to tell you it came from men. To be honest with you, it came from my personal experience. I'm not saying this is every woman's experience in America or in the world. This was my personal experience.
Okay.
And my experience is that women feel when they're around other men, there's like this competition that comes along. And the reason why that happens is because of men kind of feed that into them. Like, why don't you look like such and such? Or I like this, that, and the third. Or if a woman's walking down the street with her man and then he starts looking, you know what I'm trying to say, at another woman, this like fuels that insecurity. And then instead of men decided to like nurture that and make them feel more secure, they don't. And then the women tend to lash out on other women. Like, I've been in situations, say if you were with a man that was promiscuous and there's a female that comes around him. Now the female, like me in most situations that I was in, the female, but I didn't want the man, didn't like him, didn't want anything from him or anything like that. But the woman was on the defense. And the reason why is because of the insecurity that her man had made her feel in other situations. You know what I mean? And this happened repeatedly in my life. You know?
All right. So basically, it's like you're saying that because your insecurities in other past relationships, you feel a competition towards the other person to protect which is yours.
Right.
So you got to put up your guard.
Right.
The man's fault for that.
But my thing is, when they play women against women, like even if you even want to take it back to the 90s, they had a song on hair or weave. Like, what does it matter? You know what I'm trying to say? But like, if that's your choice, then just go and approach the woman with the hair. But you don't have to put down a woman with the weave or vice versa. You get what I'm trying to say? So when they do that, and then when you have, okay, let's move it up. We're going to move it up in time. Now we in the 2000s. We're in the video vixen era, right? So now,
I had that Coke bottle, big booty.
Right. There's always.
That's a Ciroc over here.
Right. Right.
Okay.
So women that don't look like these images that men parade around, because back in the day, you had to look like a prepubescent boy to be in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? So now we're moving in an era where full-figured women are are being more accepted in society. Because at one point it was like, oh, you're obese and you're this and you're that. So it's just like, but everything that women conceive about themselves are from images that were created by who? Men. Women didn't create high heels. You know what I'm saying? Men created that. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the dynamics of our relationship, like my mother taught me how to be a woman. My dad taught me how to be a lady. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we gather from men what they want. You know what I'm saying? Because we're trying to attract them. So it really has nothing to do with hating on our sisters. It's more like it becomes a chessboard. Like, nah, you ain't checking my mate. Get back. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when a woman says, I don't chill around chicks. I chill around dudes. You know what I'm saying? I do the same thing. I'm not even going to say a lie.
Right.
Because I've been to prison twice. So the thing is, I've been around dudes my whole fucking life. So why would I want to chill around more dudes? But the opportunity of dudes, I don't never look at it like that. I look at it as if I can chill around dudes. I get the opportunity knocking at the door with dudes and I can't other with chicks. At the same time, when chicks say it, I don't want to be around chicks because chicks always causing drama. Chicks always doing this, so I rather chill around dudes. Dudes do the same thing. Dudes cause drama all down on day. You sit down and listen to us, we more bitches than anything. We talk about everything and anything.
I agree. Right. But you know what it is? It's a different conversation that takes place though. Like when women get together, like I said in the beginning, it's more of it's a criticism type thing that's going on. You know, you'll have people who won't like you for whatever reason. I don't like the way you looked at my man. Or I don't like the way, she thinks she's bad. Or she, but it's that, like I said, it's that competition thing that some people are not even on it and don't even know it exists, but your insecurities, whatever your insecurities are, they're going to show up. When somebody is stronger in the areas that you are weak, they will show up, no matter if you're around a male or a female. Now, when women are around men, it's like a sense of, and if they're like really like your brothers, it's like a sense of protection. Because I know when I would hang out with my brothers, like in Brooklyn and Jersey or whatever.
Y'all don't feel like y'all on a high horse? Like, I feel good.
I felt like nobody could touch me. Like, no one could touch me. No one could come approach me. Nothing. I felt like those was my brothers, and they was there to protect me from any type of unsavory actions. Like, no, you're not talking to my sister. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that type of energy.
Yeah.
And I like that. That's what I like about being around men. Now, the part about them being gossipers and petty and all that, more than women to me, in my personal opinion. Like, but women don't know that because the women that say that don't really hang out with guys in the capacity that I have, like where there's like really like family bonds, like that's my brother. So there's no hidden aspects of their personality. What you get to see is what you get. Once you look at things like that, like that's what guided me on my path. Like I was the type of person that, I live vicariously through other people, like their mistakes. I'm like, I seen you went that way first. I'm not going to go down that route. So I would just sit back and watch. And then all of my ciphers that I had with my brothers, we were building. So it's a whole different, it depends on the type of men that you surround yourself around. Like the men that I was around, we have conversations like this. You know what I'm trying to say? Or other things, sciences or whatever we was building on.
Now, can I say this? I don't mean to get off subject, but it goes back to the post that I made about women ownership, subliminally being owned. Remember that post? You comment on that post.
Okay.
You make a comment on that post. You made legitimate comments on that post. I don't want to get off subject, but never a good matter to get up on later on. We have this conversation again.
You said women being owned?
I'm sorry, say it again. Say it one more time.
Subliminally being owned. Women is being owned. You are owned. Remember I made the post about being owned. Women being owned. You pass down, you're owned by your name.
Right.
You're owned by the rights that ownership, as in really don't have any rights. Still today. Women still fight for rights.
Well,
still is put down.
Well,
that don't come from that whole, village era. That came from a whole nother perspective. But yeah, I feel like that's a whole nother topic. So.
But I didn't want to get off topic. I just wanted to bring that up because it does have to do with the situation. Because she said she felt protected around men.
Yeah, see, but for me being around a bunch of guys whenever, I was hanging around dudes all the time. For me personally, it was because business. Like, dudes handle business. Like, some females, they want to sit around and chat and talk about one another and pour tea and all of that. And for me, it was like, I'm on the hustle, I'm on the grind. I was doing music, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of me hanging around guys was like, I'm trying to get my music out there. I'm trying to, hustle, like work, business. Like I did like being around a lot of guys just for that reason, because they had more of a business mentality. It was a lot that I could learn in that aspect, and a lot that I did learn from doing business with guys. And I really didn't feel protected because I'm the type of person, I go a lot of places by myself. My energy protects me,
Yeah. I say. All right, there you go, guys.
Yeah, but it's like
protection is that I feel like that's kind of a part of like being a man. A real man, if something happens to you, he's gonna your defense. So that's I feel my sis on that too. But for me, it was more like I can pick up on these business moves a lot better, and I can move differently. It's not like a lot of sensitivity. Whereas sometimes when you're trying to build with sisters, it takes a lot longer because there's a lot of sensitivities and there's a lot of ego.
Emotions.
Now look, let me interject.
It's just been in the way that we've been groomed to kind of deal with each other. Like growing up, you had like this mean girl syndrome where you go to school and you get picked on or whatever. And like Shakina said, that comes from like the images that's been put out there, and it comes from what we've been.
But let me interject about the business aspect. Like I've had the opposite experience when dealing with men. Some of them, not all of them. You know what I mean? But they were like, when it was time to get business done, a lot of situations they wanted to do this and that, and they want to run over here, and I'm gonna go take my man's over here, and like I don't see any real differences in my experiences between men and women, and that's what made me embrace women more, because once I realized there wasn't really no big differences. Like women have egos like the men have egos. Women are lazy. There's some women that are lazy. There's men that are lazy. There's men that's grinders. There's women that are grinders. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as what I was saying about protection is because it's all, you got to think, it's regional. I grew up in the inner city. And so like where I was, like that's what made me feel secure and comfortable. Like I'm from Jersey, walking in the streets of Brooklyn, they made me feel secure. You know what I'm saying? Walking in East New York and Brooklyn, I felt secure. So it was just like, but I had that my whole life because I grew up with my two brothers and my cousins. So that's how, like you said, it goes to nature versus nurture. And so growing up, my big brother was always the one that I would call because I didn't have sisters, and I was just in their circles because they had to watch me. You know what I'm trying to say? Or my brother had to watch me. So it was that type of environment. So coming from that environment, I did develop how the men felt about women. Oh, she's like Red Duncan had posted earlier, her comment that like I had those sentiments, but those came from the way the men felt about the women. You know what I'm saying? And so once I adapted those views, I started attracting women the way they was talking about, even though I didn't have women in my life like that. You get what I'm trying to say?
So basically it's not about that women actually dislike hanging around other women.
Right.
It's just the fact of the mindset of the woman.
Right. And
because now, I would rather hang, with my sisters. Like I don't have physical sisters, so when I say sisters, I'm just talking about like,
sister.
My girls or whatever, but I like that because as you grow, you come to understand, like, I need to have somebody who understands exactly where you're at, what you go through, the whole mompreneur thing, mom entrepreneurs, you want to talk to somebody that's on the same page, and we all go through the same things, and so it's nice to grow through it together, to be able to support one another and to break the stereotypes that, melanated women have these attitudes and we can't deal with each other.
But it's not a stereotype. I see it myself. I grew up in the hood. I'm in the hood right now. I grew up in the hood. I see this every day. I see women, I can't. Even the woman I dated, I don't hang around chicks. All their best friends are freaking dudes. It's like, what? I mean, come on, man. It's like you hate your own sister for the fact she's just like you, because you hate yourself. Is it the fact that you just like that? I'm not saying you per se, but is it the fact that a woman hates their own sister because they remind them of themselves?
No, I think certain women remind them of their weaknesses. Like I was saying before, if someone is stronger in an area that you're weak, you know what I'm saying? And it's like sometimes it's from envy, but it comes to we as women and men have to learn to start setting boundaries and respecting them. Because we would, like, sisters would get along better if men would respect boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think if women put down certain boundaries of aspects, how they clothe themselves, what they put down, who they accept. If my daughter does not accept a thug, she will not get a thug. That's how I think. I think that guy will step up to the plate and say, okay, I'm going to start doing this. If I can't get her that way, because, be honest with you, man, do everything. We stupid. We kill, we fight, we die, we buy, we do anything for the young. Always been like that since day one. Always. It's always been, even though it sounds stupid as hell, but we always been like that.
But that sentiment that you just expressed, that sentiment that you expressed, is why women act the way they do. You know what I'm saying? Because when you
band together and say, hey, let's do this. We're gonna put ourselves on a higher plateau and make this off subject, but make our man do this. This how we get above. Remember that one quote they always say: you can tell your nation's birth by the woman how they respect. You can how can I say you can. I can't think of how they put it, but something about you can know a man's value by how you respect the woman or something in that forte.
Okay, so if you have a scenario like that, we can't, like, this world is not a utopia. We have promiscuous people in this world. So
but when you have utopias in this world.
Yeah, but when
you have all women utopias in this world. So it could just be a Western world thing that we're talking about as well.
Right.
All right.
It definitely is. But I was saying about with women, if we have set boundaries, like say if you have a marriage, you're married, and we set boundaries, both people in the union and people outside the union, it will work. But as long as you have promiscuous people that will, I don't care, I'm just trying to get mine, it's going to be like that. You understand? Because people, that we need that, because people don't follow, I am my sister's keeper. I want for my sister what I want for myself. You know, they don't put themselves in that position.
Ladies, I apologize. My phone is about to die. I got 1%.
Okay.
Throwing on the charge, let it charge for a while. I apologize. I promise you. Battery dying is turned off.
All right, we're gonna do a part 2. We're gonna end this session now because I want to make sure that we have a balance. We're gonna end the session now because I want to make sure we have a balanced conversation. And so this is just a snippet. We're gonna come back with part 2.
There he went.
Right. So we're gonna do a part 2.
We'll pick this back up.
Right.
When we can have an added male perspective, and then I think Jordy will get in on the conversation too the next time, so we can really build and have two males and 2 females, us 2, and that way we can really build on this subject a lot more, and then we can also interject the other subject of the ownership of the woman and where that actually came from,
right?
Because these ideals and stuff, we have to remember some of this stuff has been programmed,
right?
And so when we talk about fixing problems, we got to understand where some of the problems come from, and then we have to tackle them head on. Because when you talk about, advertising, imaging, a lot of things are systematic, and we don't realize that, and that needs to be a part of the conversation as well. So this is just a taste, people.
Yeah, so you'll get part 2. We'll let you know before it airs. Like, I'll post it on the comment section of this one, or just make sure you stay tuned to my page. and sign up for my live notifications. If you sign up for the live notifications, you'll get it. And I also post these on YouTube. So if you need to get them from YouTube, you can get them from there too. All right.